Bon Beanie, everybody. Here we are at Silver Glen Springs, first stop on this adventure. Thank you for watching this video. I don't know if it's going to be in this one, but we're going to Silver Glen Springs to swim, and then we're going to Alexander Springs to scuba dive. So here we are, this is Silver Glen, and this is where it all starts. Beautiful 72-degree water. Now, last time I was here, two things happened. One, I had my bag stolen, but they didn't actually get anything because they didn't anticipate I'd have dive weights in there. So they didn't get very far. It was really crowded during the summer. Not like that today. And the other thing is I had to yell at a little girl for hassling a snake.
Julie, why would you do that?
I don't think that's going to be a problem today either. Supposedly manatees come into this spot. There's a sign and everything. We didn't come here to swim with manatees, but if we see them, then you'll see them. If we don't, then you won't. But stay tuned, because we got some manatee videos coming real soon after this for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So here we go under the water. Silver Glen Springs is a beautiful park in Ocala National Forest. What do you think?
The water is super clear.
It is crystal clear. Now, when there's a bunch of people here, it can get a little bit cloudy because they're all kicking up the sand and the algae and stuff. But even then, the water comes out of the spring pretty fast and it kind of clears it up pretty good, especially right by the spring, which this is the spring right here. You can see the little seashells and stuff moving around. That is because there is a lot of water blasting out of the spring. 72-degree water coming out of the aquifer and making this water crystal clear and also 72 degrees.
Yeah, I couldn't even swim over the spring very easily because it pushed me away.
It's like a free ride.
Yeah.
And there's our first manatee. There are manatees here. Holy cow. Holy
sea cow.
Ha. And not just manatees. So we were pretty excited to see manatees swimming here. Did not expect it. We were testing our gear for a manatee swim. But they're a manatee. And there's also these named after the haircut of the 70s and 80s. The mullet. Lots of mullet. Now this is fresh water, and these are fish that you would normally see in salty or brackish water, but they can do both. They can go fresh, salt, brackish. They're pretty adaptable fish.
I always remember the mullet fish because they look kind of funny, just like the hairdo.
I don't think that's very nice, Kimbra.
I'm sorry. Their fins are like too high.
Party in the back, business in the front. I think it's usually said the opposite way. Here's some armored catfish, which are very similar, if not the same, as the Pocostomus you get in your regular fish aquarium store. And they are overrun every spring I've been to in Florida now.
And these were really big ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's... Depending on your screen, that could be actual size.
Yes, it probably could be.
But there were a lot of them, and we've seen them in other springs too. And then here's some more manatees.
And a little manatee.
And outside of the buoy is kind of outside the swim area, but there's nobody here, so there's no boat. So you can see there's some lady swimming there. She was the only one here, other than there was one other guy here, and her, and then Kimbra and myself. So yeah, it was all to ourselves. So we kind of crossed over that line a couple times, but I think it was okay. Oh, look at these guys. Oh, they're so playful.
Rolling around.
Now, if you see these guys here, you're not really supposed to touch them or anything like that. We gave them a lot of distance, a lot of space. We weren't in Crystal River where that's, sort of encouraged to be able to interact with the manatees. You still have to be respectful of them and stuff. But here, we wanted to give them lots of space, although, hey, Kimbra, they kind of wanted to come up to us. So we had to sort of back away from the manatees, which in Crystal River, you could just let them come up to you. But not here. But it was fun just watching them roll around in all that algae.
It was just cool that they were there.
Yeah. How many did we see in total?
5.
5 manatees. So there's these two. There were 2 hanging around the spring that were just pretty much sleeping. So we kind of left them alone for the most part. We filmed them a little bit, but not too much. And then these 2, and then eventually number 5 will come around. They're so playful. I think they like it when you stir up the algae too. Because while I was filming them, I kicked up the algae a little bit, and then that one that's like nuzzling through came over to where I had stirred up the algae, and then I had moved away because I saw it coming over to me, and it was pretty far away, and then I stirred up the algae again, and it came towards me again. So it was either coming towards me or the algae. I feel like it was the algae because it started rolling around like this.
I bet it was you. I would have come towards you.
I mean, I attract manatees and Kimbras, apparently. Kimbratees, yes. Taking a breath. These guys are sea mammals. They're marine mammals, I should say, and they do have lungs. So they have to come up to breathe, and the reason they're in the spring is for that warm water. It was pretty chilly when we got here, and the water, though, is 72. So when the water drops below 68, the manatees head into warmer waters, which most of the time is going to be a spring, just like this one. You can see those armored catfish taking advantage, cleaning the manatees off. So even though they're invasive, not really supposed to be here, it's sort of like a car wash for the manatee. And this is a juvenile here who I was watching sleep. I cut a lot of this video because I was sitting there watching this manatee sleep for a long time. And then I knew it'd have to come out to breathe, and all of a sudden it just like took off. And I'm like, bye, little manatee.
I came over to see what I was doing.
Yeah, that's Kimbra in the distance. And you might see number 5 way back there, depending on how big your screen is. And then this little manatee isn't afraid of me, decides to come back. And you're going to hear the audio get a little bit louder because we caught a lot of the manatee sounds on camera. Now, they're called sea cows, but they don't move. They squeak. So I'll stop talking so you guys can hear some of that. I'm pretty sure this manatee was coming straight for me to cuddle. But again, manatee fart. But again, I wanted to give it space and stuff, so I backed away from it, and then I felt like I was rejecting it.
It felt rejected too.
Thank you.
I mean, look at that sad, rejected manatee face. Poor baby.
Now, they do make these squeaks to kind of communicate with mom and other manatees. Maybe it thought I was its mom or dad.
I think it's really cool how they use those front fins to kind of walk along the bottom.
Yes. They even have toenails. If you see them up close. Did you see any manatee toenails?
I didn't, but I didn't know they had toenails until afterwards.
Ah, yes. Yes, they do.
Number 5.
Manatee number 5. Manatee number 5 was big. You'll see him after the credits here. And then we got a little Kimbra and Matt time here. Aww.
Snorkel kiss. What's up?
What's that noise?
That's the heat.
Somebody got cold. I'm fine. I'm kind of warm.
No, you're not. You are freezing.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't bad in the water, but you got a little cold in the water.
I did.
This was really a test for our next dive and snorkel in Crystal River to see how we did with our shorty shorts and shirt kind of thing. I'll be okay. She's gonna have to wear her full wetsuit.
Maybe. I was thinking, I wonder if I can put on a rash guard and then this shirt over it.
Maybe, but it's not gonna be that much warmer. Rash guards don't keep you warm. No.
Okay. Well, then I'll probably wear my full wetsuit.
So, can I turn this down so people can hear us?
Okay.
So basically, we just finished snorkeling here at what's this place called?
Silver Glen Springs.
Silver Glen Springs. Much better experience than last time. Well, I mean, I had fun last time, despite somebody trying to steal my stuff and a little girl throwing water at a snake. But this time, there weren't as many fish. There were a lot of fish, but which you probably just saw the video, but the manatees.
Oh my gosh, the manatees.
Bonus manatees without a crowd or anything. Now you can't touch them or anything like that here. You got to kind of keep your distance, but well, you just saw it. So Silver Glen Springs. It cost us how much to get in?
It was, I think,
$21.40.
Like $22.
$22 to get in. That includes, I think, a swimming fee.
Yeah.
And everything. So basically, what's that math? $11 per person.
Yep.
That's not bad. And there was hardly anybody here. There were really like a couple other people in the water, and that was it.
Yep. So. It was awesome.
And now we're going to eat some lunch and head over to Alexander Springs for some scuba.
Yeah. And warm up on the way.
Hopefully.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the bell so you are notified when new videos come out on Fintastic Studios.